No more bad news.
On that note, right? This is capital planning. It is 7:04. This is a public meeting. Your images will be recorded, voices and images. I can't quite read from across the room.
Yep, you got it.
But I know that we're being recorded. And I want to make a public statement and say that I have several broken ribs. So if I make funny faces or gasp or do anything, it has nothing to do with what you're saying. It just means that I breathed too hard. So I want to warn people. Yeah.
Why don't you break your ribs?
I got thrown around a little bit. It's my job.
Oh, my goodness.
Right, yeah. So tonight we're here to hear from the school to start. So we can start with you guys, and we like to go in order of preference of request. So what your number one priority is, down to your number, whatever, 18 priority.
Fair enough.
Do you want me to relocate so they can sit here?
You
or
guys
how do
can, yeah, I
grab
don't,
a chair and.
yeah. I don't like this less.
Yeah, absolutely. We're all,
Yeah.
these are small.
Please
Guys
be
are
active.
just,
Who's the important guy? That's all that counts.
There
Well,
you
I'm
go.
not important.
Make the new guy talk.
Yes, absolutely.
I am probably the sacrificial lamb for this one, so I'll take that.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
You put us that, here you go.
I didn't
Sure.
even sit a chair next to you.
Oh, jeez. She gave me her chance. Don't let anyone.
I'm all right.
Okay,
I missed it.
Okay.
Please, come on.
I apologize. Nothing personal.
There we go.
okay.
Yeah.
Everyone's at the table now.
There
It's
we
like
go.
Christmas.
So I had an order to this, I think, and I want to
Any-
make sure you guys agree with me as we go through this,
Yep.
but, you know, probably BMS, you know, they're all pretty solid priority, but Dan, would you say that at BMS, are those four basically in order?
Yes.
Yeah, I would say that at BMS are more or less in order.
I
I
just
would,
put them in the order
So-
that I pulled up the sheets. just
yeah,
so they might
right,
not be
right,
in the
right,
right order, but-
right. Nope, that is pretty much in the order I think we'd be looking at. And I would say that Tohoto is pretty much in order as well, and I can speak to sort of why that order, does that feel right to you, Rich? So you did an excellent job, Kristen, of putting them in order.
That was pure dumb
Yeah.
luck.
That's
but thank you.
fantastic. So, I think a lot of people are familiar with the exterior gym door. That door has taken a beating for a number of years. It's been there since the school was renovated, right? And so that is 25 years, give or take. And it doesn't close properly, it doesn't stay closed properly. And it is a commonly used entrance and egress from the building. There's a fire
It's
door.
the community door, right, for people
Yeah.
going in and out of there for the basketballs, for the sports.
Town
meetings,
I was gonna
meetings,
say, we know it
things
was
like
for
that,
town
right.
meeting and, yeah.
Fire
Yep.
department
Yep.
came in, they did their yearly inspection.
Right.
And nobody could actually open the door.
That's a
And
problem.
it's a safety, fire department, said,
Yep.
we gotta get this fixed.
But Dan also
Yep.
had people coming in trying to put Band-Aids on it time and time. So it's now time to put that new door in.
Staff and student devices, this is relatively high here, it's very high at Tohoto. This is the normal replacement of devices. Our students are typically one-to-one. At our district, we use Chromebooks at most of the upper elementary grades. Some of our lower elementary grades use iPads. You'll see quotes for all of those in there for the devices that we typically use. They change so fast. Whatever we've shown you now will be obsolete by the time we're buying them in July. But the pricing typically is consistent with both the laptops, the Chromebooks, and the iPads. You'll see we have multiple
Who's
quotes.
driving this obsolescence? Is it Microsoft or you?
So we use Google Chrome.
Yeah.
So for Chromebooks, our laptops are all on Microsoft, Windows, predominantly Office.
Right, but they must last more than a year or two or three.
No, we have a replacement cycle. So this isn't replacing all of them. This is replacing a portion of them. So
And
Chromebooks,
Why are you replacing them? Why?
because they're outdated, they
you
have
just
a
update software, but hardware is the same. What's the difference?
So So Google Chrome in particular, Chromebooks will not be supported after about 5 years. So the software becomes obsolete. They won't support it for security, applications, and things like that. So
And if we don't start a recycle placement somewhere along the lines, that means we're gonna have to replace them all at the same exact time when they all go out at 5 years or 3 years to 5 years.
So,
So you gotta
I'm
get.
gonna go back, is why
Yeah.
Chromebooks? There's other ones out there,
Right.
why Chromebooks? And
Chromebook,
don't tell me that's because you already have.
Hmm?
Don't tell me that's because what you already have in place, because you can use other.
no, it's, A, it's the industry standard. B, all of our testing, all of our applications run on Google Chrome. We have the most control over it. We have software that allows us to, all of our Chromebooks, we can push applications to, we can monitor student use on those Chromebooks. We have applications that work specifically to provide us with security information, so if students are doing things that are inappropriate, they're also the most cost-effective choice. You'll see the laptops, which are more powerful, that we give to staff, are more than twice as expensive and have a similar lifespan. Apple products, so Apple iPads, things like that, are going to be 3 times as expensive, have a bit of a longer lifespan, but are less functional in our environment.
And this is what our teachers, right, that are delivering the instruction through the technology, this is what they're used to
Yep.
and what they're using. And the biggest thing that Aaron said was the security, right? And making sure that we're, not only our kids being safe with them, but also that they're being safe as well too, from outside as well too. So we can monitor all that through these type of devices.
In other words, it's monopoly from
Sure,
Microsoft.
it's a monopoly, so once you guys are locked in, you can't go anywhere else.
Well, Chrome isn't a Microsoft product. Chrome is a Google product.
Right,
Google
but
Chrome,
yeah.
yeah,
But
Yeah.
operating
anything that's run on
software,
Chrome
yeah.
can run on Dell,
Sure.
can run on anything,
What do your computers run on?
Microsoft.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
But we have Dell,
okay.
we have Lenovo,
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Yep.
we have
don't-
HP.
Yeah, so
And
we
all
use
the
Dell
programs
Chromebooks,
run on
yeah.
all those computers.
Yeah. But what we don't want is, that's what we're known for previously in this district. We have a little bit of here, a little bit of here, a little bit of here.
If
Right.
it works, what's wrong with it?
Right. So you could use Linux. You arguably could, but you're choosing not to. We're making a choice that across our system, what our staff's trained in, what our staff knows, what our students know, is Chrome and Google Chrome, as well as Microsoft applications.
We're looking at dollars.
Mhm.
Chromebooks are
Yep.
really cost-effective.
That's
I
the
can
most,
say.
Well,
that's
Is that, we gotta go through the state for them too?
Most likely they're on a state ITC
We don't
contract.
have to,
But you
but
also have
our pricing,
agency.
support, and warranties are better on state contracts than anywhere else we look. Typically, the state extends, so you'd get a comparable price to going into, say, the marketplace, but your warranty is longer. We also typically use Dell because Dell has service commitments. We have so many Chromebooks running around that we can't be shipping them back to 4 or 5 places every time they get damaged, repaired. We want one place, we want a consistent system. Chromebooks are all very comparably priced
And this is what
for
our
similar
tech director
specs.
wants as well too, right? This is what he's recommending to us. His team are the ones that repair them, right? So we use our computers as adults, but when our kids are used, they're constantly on them. And we need to make sure that if there's errors or, they're breaking,
Mhm.
we can fix
Yeah.
this type of computer. And our tech department gets
Yep.
skilled at fixing that type of computer instead of being skilled in all these different types of computers as well too. So this is what
Yeah.
we are recommending as a school district. This is what our IT department is recommending, what our teachers
Yeah.
are recommending, and what our kids will have consistently when they're going from Berlin Memorial to Tohoto High
Yeah.
School.
So let me ask another question.
Sure.
My son goes to Tohoto,
Mm-hmm,
gets a Chromebook.
mm-hmm.
How many years will he keep that one Chromebook when it was first issued to him?
Will he keep it?
Yes.
Probably 4 years, give or take.
So if there's nothing that happens to it, that person will, whoever it is, will have that computer for 4 years.
That's right.
Yes, give or take. Sometimes we'll bring them back and refresh them, update them, things like that, but that would be, he would have a Chromebook, and that same Chromebook would be in our system for,
Now, how many
give or
students do we
take,
have
4 or
at
5
Tohoto?
years.
How many students we have at BMS? Let's go that way.
250, 220?
We have about 220.
How many at Tohoto?
567.
So you're talking 700.
Lot of-
Yeah, but it's I know what you're saying, it's progressively, but
Yeah.
I'm just looking at that one person has for 4 years. That seems like an awful lot of dollars for,
Yeah,
They're
so-
not buying books, though. Everything's on the computer, so there is that cost savings there.
Right.
And useful life is about 3 to 5 years. In fact, it's always debatable whether computers are considered capital items, because most of them don't even last 5 years.
Right.
So I just think it's easier, more transparent
Yeah.
to put it on the capital plan, which is why I advise the library to do the same thing.
Sure,
so that 50 grand will be there every single year, is what you're telling me.
pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah, something in that ballpark.
And it could actually be higher depending
Well,
on the
that's
cost.
just for Berlin, that's another,
Well, that was, we're going in Berlin first, so that's why I
Yeah.
said 50 grand.
Yeah.
So that'll never go away.
Unless we move it into operations, which we had a conversation about, I think, last year. You know, that would be a matter of increasing the operating budget then, so it's gotta come out of somewhere,
right.
right? So, to Kristen's point, it's relatively transparent here. You have a lot of the model information.
But to answer your question,
Included in
every
the
year you're gonna
packet
see
I
that
gave
somewhere
you.
in your budget. So
Yep.
we can decide, you know, based on the town manager and our conversation, this is where we think it fits best. But to answer your question, every year you're gonna see this on your budget somewhere.
Somewhere.
It's like a cruiser. You're gonna
Yep.
see a police cruiser every year on town meeting, because those cycle through every 3 years, 100,000 miles.
And let's be honest, we're not gonna get away from that, right? Technology is where our kids are learning, right? It's part of what takes place in
Mhm.
education now.
It's a
Speaking of that, what kind of safety protocol does that have in there for AI?
So there is a lot of things that we have in place right now.
Yeah.
One of them, I'll just give you an example, is Bach, right? So what we've put on our system right now is so that if kids are looking at inappropriate things, we're able to be, administration team is made aware of it as well too, so we have all the safety things that are in place. AI, we're trying to keep up as a country, never mind a school district, keeping up with.
No, I just,
that.
with the incident, I just asked that
We
question.
have applications that will scan, so when a student submits a paper, it's not a written paper anymore. They're submitting it via Google, so it's a Google Doc.
Right.
And then that teacher runs that Google document through an AI checker. So we're checking for markers that might indicate it's AI. So there are phrases, there's a constantly updating database of phrases and terms and things like that that are commonly found on AI. And as Al said, AI is constantly evolving, it's growing and changing every single day. Very hard to keep up with, but we're
Which
doing our
one-
best.
One
and-
way to deal with this thing is have oral exams.
And that
Good
is a
old
big
days.
shift. We are shifting
I-
back more
I
to
went
written
through it,
assignments
yeah.
at times. It
Yeah.
is taking a pivot.
I
Um,
have to give you oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, in terms of like the security piece for it, we have put in a number of standards which are phenomenal, both Bark and Securely. I get notifications via email the second that it takes place if we have a kid searching something he's not supposed to. It does flood my email, but it's all categorized based on severity in terms of what we need to review immediately. And to your point with the AI piece, it's not going anywhere. Let's face it, everyone's going to be using it post-secondary in their jobs in the future. What's really nice about the system that we have with the Securely component built into our Chromebooks is it actually limits the amount of AI they can use. So it kind of forces them to use it more for like generating ideas. It limits the amount of output that I can actually put in. So using it as actually a tool, like if you're searching on the internet versus having it create all the assignments for you. So it is a beautiful system, and it's really helped us kind of get ahead of the game
I'd
a
like
little
to
bit.
see us going back into written stuff.
And that's
Because-
taking place too.
Because
It's better for
a lot
your
of,
brain.
no, a lot of our kids don't know how to write. They don't know how to write cursive, they don't know how to
Okay.
print.
That's how we confuse them, though.
That's right.
We write our notes in cursive. when we
Right,
want
it's
them
like
to
pig
read it.
Latin.
But
I
it's
had
true,
no
I mean, that's
idea.
a sad thing, that country's gotten to that.
Sure. You don't even have to have a legal signature anymore, right? You don't have to.
I know, I do it all the time.
That's right. So just one other thing, what
Okay.
Rich was saying, securely, what we're putting after the holidays, we'll be putting securely, so parents will have access to that at home. So when their kids are at home on their computers, parents will be
Okay.
able to be notified as well. So not
That's
only
good.
safety in schools, but also in all.
Super.
How big of a problem is it?
For the monitoring piece? Well, before, I mean, you never knew because we didn't have the system in place. For as of right now, I will say, you know, the major issues are very few and far between for our students, thankfully, very luckily so. A lot of the time, to be completely honest, sometimes it's more we're getting flagged for things that is around student mental health, where that we can then provide supports in place and link that student up with a counselor. So those are more of the pieces that we're seeing, that we're finding very helpful. As to like true safety concerns, like very far and few between, if any.
I have
But
a
that-
perfect example to give you, because my goddaughter unfortunately ended up in some trouble. They were learning about the Manhattan Project in
Sure.
school. She's on the spectrum. She
Yep.
Googled atomic bomb,
Yep.
and in less than 3 minutes, the IT director, the principal was in the classroom because she had searched the word bomb.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
That's
And
too
they-
bad, that comes to that.
And I think to Rich's point, those things that might be minor mental health concerns are things that we catch ahead of time now, right? So instead of them becoming more concerning, more significant, we're able to deal with them more proactively.
It's not going away,
So-
right? So we just need to stay
Yeah.
as much as we can on top of it.
Right.
Yeah. Anything else on that one?
Nope, not for me
Okay.
anyways.
I
I beat it to death.
You did.
So security cameras, we're looking to ideally add, I believe it's going to be 4 or 5 total additional security cameras, largely to the exterior to give us additional viewage. So the goal is so that we have solid interior, which we have, but 360 exterior view of our school buildings. It's more and more common that we have issues on playgrounds, after school, situations where the police want information. If it's vandalism, if it's, you have all that great park space out there, so we can work with the police as well to, provide them with information if there's something they're investigating.
But it's also just keeping our kids safe,
Yeah.
right? When mom or dad says,
What
if this
kind of
happens.
cameras are they?
Hmm?
Are they regular cameras like I would buy for my house, or is it?
No, these
special?
are commercial grade cameras, so they have face tracking software. So we can literally take a student in one image on one camera and track them across our entire camera system as they walk through the school. We could also do that with someone who was maybe a threat to the school or a challenge. We can also provide that information directly to the police. So if we had an intruder in the building, we could be providing real-time information and watching that person through the tracking software. We could log the police in and allow the police to view that camera in the most severe of cases.
How many cameras are we talking about?
We're
For-
talking
for that money, it's a lot
we're
of money.
talking about adding about 5.
It's just not the cameras, it's the.
Well, are you upgrading the software
That's
too?
right, it's all of
Yeah,
that that goes
yeah,
on.
there's a few other, yeah.
And the one thing I would say, and I know Kristen, you put this in a really good order, but after the exterior jib doors, which is a necessity for safety, and I know staff and student devices, we just, as you put it, really talked to the end of it, I would put the add or replace security cameras as number 2. I really think that's something that needs to be moved up, and I'm hoping you're gonna fund all 4 of them anyways, but seriously, the cameras is something that we, at all our schools in Boylston right now, and Tohoto, we've upgraded them all. There's just a couple spots at Berlin that we don't have full, and I wouldn't share that with you publicly, the spots that aren't, because that would be an executive session, we'd share those, the ones that are our weaknesses right there, but I would say that adding those
It's
extra
fine.
cameras is a
Let's say
necessity.
one of them fails or get damaged, you have a spare, or you're gonna ask for one?
They are
We,
warranted.
yeah,
You do have
yeah.
spare.
Yeah,
Are they gonna
We
be-
don't have spares.
Are they gonna be the same as at Boylston and
Yeah,
Tohoto?
all 3.
Yeah.
So the same camera can be.
Yes.
I could go on my phone and see
Yeah,
all
so
three.
this is
No, okay, but I'm just
all.
saying, so
this
they're all
is-
interchangeable.
Yes, this is all a system called a Vigilon. So again, like Microsoft, like Chrome, this is something we feel comfortable with, we feel consistent with.
I have no idea
It
about
provides,
security
it
cameras,
pro-
no idea.
provides a consistent service. So they're not just plug and play among different
Right, right.
companies in order to have interoperability of things like the face tracking
And
and
then you
things
have
like that.
maintenance contract and all that stuff.
Hmm?
Maintenance
correct.
contract,
Yeah,
wonderful, but that's different budget, right?
yeah,
No, that's, I wouldn't know one from the other on that.
okay.
So safety is our priority, right? Besides providing good education, we want to make sure our kids and our staff are safe, right? So we
Yep.
want to, it's a priority.
How do we live without this 10 years?
I know it,
Happily.
Right?
no kidding.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Not as-
in some ways, yeah. In blissful ignorance, I guess. I mean,
Perhaps.
This is the problem
sometimes-
right here.
Yeah, well,
Some people get crazy.
it's a double-edged sword.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let's
Okay.
move, what's, so you,
So we have multiple rooftop units. I want to say is it 6, Dan? 5 or 6 units that need repairs of various. We have quotes for each one of the various small repairs. It's a whole series of $2,500, $1,500 repairs to multiple units on the roof that need work.
so you're doing a PM on all of them, basically?
Yeah, we're just
Yeah,
rolling
so
them all
basically it's
together.
replacing all the
How old
motors,
are
belts.
these units?
Probably
They would be
25 years old.
25 years old.
Yeah,
25
these
years
these
old.
are pretty original.
They're
too.
original
Yeah.
to the
Oh.
The thing with HVAC is pretty much, you can replace them fairly cheap. They're
But it also
rooftop.
includes motor
Yep.
for the walk-in freezer
Yeah.
and fridge. I mean, I have a Ballon motor that's 2007. Good thing it's still ticking. You know?
Right.
There's a good motor rebuild house in Auburn. I just got one done there.
So
Will that
Tahan,
be in conjunction with the roof?
say again? No. We should be able to do that with the roof, regardless of the
before the
roof.
roof.
Right,
That's so separate.
Do it before the roof.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
That way the guy's out walking all over our new roof.
Fair enough. Good point.
Well, all of it's on the flat
Good
porch.
point.
I know, I'm only
That's-
kidding, I'm only kidding you. I'm only kidding you.
Because walking on that roof is going to be the least of our concerns with the weather and all that stuff that we
Nah, I
need to be
was just
concerned about.
kidding.
I got you. Glad you're bringing levity now.
So Tahanto staff and student devices. Tahanto has been neglected for a number of years, so they have not had new devices in 2 years. If we do not have new devices for Tahanto, we've been limping along and salvaging whatever we can. We will no longer have a one-to-one program for students at Tahanto.
I thought last year we approved $75,000 for new.
Not to Tahanto, no.
No?
No.
There was
Can you,
something there.
can we go back in there? No.
So there was
no,
a,
Not
to- there was a
easily, but I remember things got cut.
Yeah, there was a
Did it?
total of $30,000
Okay.
to
Yeah,
Tahanto
last year.
to help with the furniture. That was the only item that was
Ended up coming
approved.
down to just that, right?
Yeah,
You
that's
had
how we
a,
got
you
it.
had a.
We
not
had a
long
pretty
list,
long
that's not the
list,
right
yeah,
word,
yeah.
but you
On a
had
good
lot
note,
of
we've
needs.
sharpened our pencils on a lot of
Is this-
things and moved some things around.
Even this
Um,
one is very short.
Yeah, we had, I think you'll
They got
recall,
staff devices last year.
Those were their.
But those weren't
top
approved.
4, but that isn't
That-
what ended up getting
we-
approved.
yeah,
So
we-
that and the green didn't get approved?
No.
yeah.
The only thing was the
That was
approval
their,
of the furniture.
their top ones, because we asked them to pick which their
Yeah,
top
it was
ones
not
are, and then
approved.
we ended up just going for
Oh,
the
okay.
Yeah.
furniture when
Furniture?
it,
Yeah,
when
we
we
own
got.
Furniture was the one I was for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Well, you got it. So we got
we're
some of it.
yielding
We're getting,
Yeah.
trying to get a little more this year, and I'll share a little bit more on it when we get down there. So this is a couple of years of neglect, so we really need to start, moving the needle with that. The auditorium, this will replace the projector in the auditorium, and add lighting. I think the actual projector came in a little bit more than we expected. If something's off, we'll try to move some money around and work it. So if you look at the quotes I gave you, the lighting's actually about 12,000, and the projector's a little more like 30. But we're gonna try to bring any of that down if we can and work within what we already told you. So we told you 35, we'll work with that.
And this was on last year's as well and got cut. I
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah. That
remember that.
auditorium is used as a community resource. I mean, Boylston uses it for their town meetings, but there are dance recitals, there are all sorts of events there. And we won't be able to host some of those things if that goes away. It's the biggest venue in sort of the area, immediate area, that's convenient, that's as accessible as it is.
And it's part of our curriculum, right? So our kids are in
Yeah.
there, right? I don't use, but
Mhm.
it's the center of the school as well, too.
Yep.
Just a quick question. These numbers here are our portion of the budget or is total?
So
The
the-
Berlin art cost.
So the projected cost is the numbers on the left. The
See,
cost
you
to
see it says
Berlin
Berlin
is,
cost.
is the numbers on the right.
Oh, yeah, Berlin,
Yeah.
so it is,
Up to
okay, I didn't see it,
Hanto's
sorry.
budget.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So the AC unit replacement you see there, that is the AC that cools our IDF closet. Our IDF closet is where all of our phone and communications come into.
Also the
So-
elevator,
Oh, the
room.
Yeah, the elevator room is in there as well. So if that were to go, those could overheat, they could be damaged. Those are all very expensive controls. So that really needs to be replaced. It's original to the building. It's 15 years old, give or take now.
Board was already replaced once.
Yep.
What type of AC unit is it?
Hmm?
What type of AC?
It's
Is
a
it
split
mini
unit.
split?
Yeah.
That's your IT room too?
Does the IT in the elevator room, yes.
Yep.
It's the main hub for the server, for the, like Aaron said, the phones, the computers.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll be if
And if
that
we lose
if
the
all that
elevator-
goes down, we're dead in the
We're
water.
bad.
We'll just
And
be
again, it's
closing
the
school
original
until
right
we
now,
can
right? So
replace
it's,
it.
that's time, right, when you own a
Get some
home.
big fans.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll try. I'll blow on it. Actually,
Don't laugh.
I'm full of hot air. That's
Don't
the wrong
laugh.
direction.
I had to do that last year in my
Yeah.
computer room.
There you go. There you go.
I had to put an intake and an outlet fan in
Yep.
there just because our computer went down.
Yeah.
Our AC went down in there.
Yeah. So building lighting controls covers a couple different things. The overall controls to the building, there are 6 sets of lighting panels, am I correct, it's 6?
Yep.
That all need to be replaced at about $7,000 each. And then there is the lighting control for the gymnasium that is no longer working, so
Can't even shut the lights off.
we have to turn them
What?
on and off. We have to
The
turn
only
the
way to shut them
lights
off
for
is
the
to the breaker.
gymnasium on and off with
Really?
the breaker, if anything.
Yeah.
So not a safe way to turn lights on and off, and, you know, you're just putting wear on the breakers, quite honestly, so.
And it's not the most cost effective as well.
Well,
Yeah.
it's like the contractor said, we could fix this one, it's cost you a little over $7,000, but it's not gonna work with what you have now, so.
Yeah.
So
So-
if I read this correct, so this building lighting controls is actually 100 grand or more, if this is just Berlin cost.
No, Berlin's is the
Berlin
number
causes-
to the right, so yours is 18,042, give or take, we're still
50,
waiting for the.
50 grand basically, total
Yeah.
package.
Yeah,
Right, that's a total one.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we're all,
Yeah.
you guys are all right here.
so like I
This
said,
whole
there's,
grouping right here.
there's,
Oh, okay,
yeah,
that's all.
yeah.
Yep, this is the total, let me
Yep.
just do this for you.
And-
All right
yeah.
here?
And then what I've shared is the
okay.
quote.
Okay.
So we have 6 lighting panels, they're about $7,000 each. And then the controls for the gymnasium.
And I took the percentage that you gave me, which I can't remember off the
Yeah,
top of my
it
head. It
gets-
has like 5 or 6, it's point.
It's gonna be close
3,
enough, yeah,
Whatever, yeah, but
yeah.
that's factored
Close
into
enough
this. So
for-
it may be
yeah.
off by a couple
Couple
dollars,
dollars,
but,
yeah.
yeah.
Middle school furniture, we're looking to continue. Now that Rich is in charge, he'll be taking a look at what that looks like and whether, we have quotes for that through a company that's on the state contract list. I've also compared that to pricing from another company just to see where that comes. Our state contract pricing is much better. I think, I don't know, since we were here last year for all of you, we did have a donation of furniture, so we were thinking this was gonna be, you know, a couple $100,000. Dan, myself, and,
Another custodian.
another
Ryan, yeah.
custodian drove up to Fitchburg. Fitchburg was closing a school, and they had a lot of extra desks, chairs, tables, and so we rented a U-Haul truck, went up there, and
No kidding.
moved furniture for a day. We,
All right.
yeah, tossed
Who's not
furniture.
the toss?
No, that's,
It was kind of, it was a fun day.
I
I
should have
mean,
called you.
it was a-
All this was donated recently.
Yeah, yeah,
from,
yeah.
I'll move this in
I'm,
here for
I'm
you.
glad to see you guys are doing that, seriously. I mean,
Yeah, so we try to work, there's a network of school business administrators throughout Massachusetts who all work together. We have some surplus stuff that I sent to Kristen, If the towns don't want it, I will put it out to other school districts, kind of, share the,
Fire chief did that just recently
Yep,
too, so.
yep.
yep.
It's a good way to move things around
Yep.
and get rid of it as well, too.
Yep. So the last item is parking lot expansion. You will see an engineering design for that, as well as an email that's an engineer's estimate of cost. This is going to be a very complicated process if it's something we're going to do. It is the last item on our priority list. No one here, I think, is going to cry if it doesn't happen.
Where are you gonna put it?
So the intent would be over by the athletic fields a little bit. So I'm trying to think of
Right on the, sort of the main, as Route 70,
Yeah.
right on 70, right to the left, before you come into the high school. If you're coming from Berlin, it would be
Yeah.
past the high school on the right-hand side. There's a spot they've been working very closely with Quabbin.
DCR.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I thought that was
Yeah.
DCR property.
So
Yeah,
it
so
wouldn't be,
we've worked
it's not
with-
a permanent structure. It wouldn't
Yeah.
be permanent filler. They're looking at alternatives as well, too.
So a lot of the cost is built into the material that they use. So this is a semi-porous or what have you surface. So it's not asphalt, it's not
It
gravel.
allows the flow of.
Kind of
That's right.
something in between. It's
Right.
going to allow for the flow of water. So there's a lot into this. There is a grant that we were apparently awarded, but we have yet to get formal notification from the state. We would probably use that over the course of this year to do planning, formal engineering. The engineering design we have is not stamped. It's a volunteer put it together as a sort of pro forma. But, to go through the actual process, we will want something that's full engineered, stamped. We would probably want someone to help us put it to bid properly, look at who and what could be capable of doing this, because it's so
You're
specialized.
gonna wait for 2 or 3 years to approve it, just like
Yeah,
our
I
bridge.
mean,
All the
exactly,
engineering will leak
exactly.
So wait a minute, let's be clear though. So this is still something we're having on our list because
It is.
as Rich
Yeah.
would tell you, when there's events that take place there,
Right.
when there's things,
Right.
there's not enough parking,
Right.
right? Never mind for our students alone, which is a thing that we're dealing with at the high school.
Right.
But it's also for any events, they're parking right on Route 70, which is very dangerous.
Did
right?
you ever think about talking to the guy across the street from the school and then renting part of his field out for stuff like that?
I know that at one point in my short tenure here, someone had a conversation with me about that. I think that conversation happened. I'm not sure what the
Oh,
result
it's
was.
just something that's right across the street.
Yeah.
Was that the parking garage conversation?
I'm not sure, yeah.
I
Okay.
recalled hearing that was a non-starter for
Yeah.
the person, like I.
They didn't
yeah.
want it? Which,
Yeah,
no,
they were
that's
against
fine, but one of the things is,
Yeah.
you ask, if you say to them, listen, we wanna
Yeah.
rent this much of your land for X amount of
Yeah,
dollars a year.
exactly.
Yeah. We're
Yeah,
we're
we
also
could look at
concerned about crossing Route 70 as well, too, right?
Yeah.
But this is definitely, there is an opportunity for us to have some grant money here,
That's good.
100,000. But it's definitely something that more and more people, kids are driving, right? There's some income that comes in because we charge students for a parking spot. But if you're ever at an event, and also if people that rent our property, right, there's not enough parking spots for them to be parking. And we're just
Yeah.
fearful of the liability as well too, right? Someone gets in a car accident pulling
Right.
out of a parent night, we're concerned about that, so there's
No,
definitely.
I understand, I just was throwing that idea out, that's all I was
Sure.
doing.
Yep.
If you'd like to pursue that for us, make some calls.
I have more
Let
than-
me know how that
Shrewd
goes.
negotiator.
I have,
I'm just, the way you
I'll tell you
negotiate with me,
something.
I think you should give them a
if you've
buzz.
seen what I've gone through for the last 6 months with the tariffs,
Then you should be the guy making that phone call for us right
all
now.
our
Let us know how
material
that
comes
goes.
from Indonesia.
Yeah.
You looking for a
Yeah.
job, Steve? We can
So
help
to
you.
Al's point, I mean, it is something we think is
Yes.
relatively important, but, things like lighting, and
think you
keeping
need-
our
I think you need to do
elevators
stuff
running and
first.
things like that are higher priority on this list.
Let me ask you this, and you know my question is, we have any quotes for any of this stuff?
Yes, they're all, you should have them in what I shared with Kristen. They're all hyperlinked.
sent
There are
out and-
hyperlinks to all of the quotes.
There's a hyperlink in the spreadsheet. You have to
Yeah.
click on the
Listen.
link in the spreadsheet.
You
After
were-
the
I
last
swear, I
meeting
didn't
we
make
went
it up.
to, do you think we
Kristen,
tell you
Okay,
what
folks.
else
if
goes-
your people prefer paper,
you go.
that's everything.
Oh, no,
else.
no,
Yeah.
no,
Wait a minute, no,
Yeah.
did you
Nope,
think
it's
I
all
dumped out
stacked.
quotes after the last
It's
meeting
all
we
there.
had?
I know, but I missed it.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, I
Okay.
didn't miss it. No,
I don't mind, that, I have no, like.
no, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm a paper person,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I
There you go.
didn't think to mention that
Yeah.
there were.
I did miss it, I'll admit it.
Right.
documents,
No
so
problem.
that's my-
Was that
No,
a-
because you
was-
know
was
me
that
and
a-
folks.
oh, we know you, absolutely. On public record, we want to make sure that,
Yep.
clarify that you
You
missed
know,
that.
in all honesty, it's no difference, you're gonna be a bid for your work at your house. You're not gonna take the first guy that comes off it.
No, not at all.
No.
And I'm the same way, and I deal with it
Yep.
all the time.
I do
Yes.
it with the schools too, I give my 3
Yeah.
quotes, you know.
You gotta keep the guys honest out there, you know.
Yep, we are.
You know, I know it's gonna change when it actually comes down to it, but at least you know where you're gonna be.
Sure.
The
Anybody
important-
want any of these?
The important part about this that you're having right now, the sooner that this rolls out for us, right? These costs are ever changing, to your point with tariffs and everything that's going on. Like, we need to, these quotes that you have in front of you might be different a few months from now as well, too. Just appreciate
That's
that.
the nature.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, terrible. Yeah.
Yep.
You know, from
Are
now to
these
July
all
1st, it's
the
Those
same
are all
as-
of the sort of original printouts of the sheets with the quotes are attached to them by paperclip. So some of them we have more, some we have less. I mean, it's,
Got it. Okay.
you know, getting an HVAC guy out to do quotes on anything right now is pulling teeth. But we have some reliable people we're getting quotes from. So some we have more quotes, some we have less, but
Did you
we're
ever call the
trying.
guy I gave you?
I have. I've even emailed him. Nobody ever called me back.
Yeah.
That son of a gun. I asked him, and he told me he never got anything from me.
I've emailed him.
Because he's in my place all the time.
Okay.
And there's a local guy there,
Oh, yeah,
Viking
what's
Mechanical.
his
There's
mechanical, Viking
Yeah,
Mechanical?
Yeah.
I've used him before at the
Yeah.
school.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
Used
use
him in
them,
Berlin, yep.
yeah, he's good. He's local too.
Yep.
Very good.
Okay.
We try to use a
You
lot of
put in
local
mind.
people as
Well,
well.
that's what we do.
Next is-
Yep.
Yeah, our
Yeah.
next is to find some roofers.
See,
Yeah.
the tough is too, is, you know, I got a lot of companies that will come in and be like, oh, you're gonna use my quote as a bid. And they don't want that,
No.
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
I'm on
Yeah.
my 4th contractor for getting a scope of work for
Yeah.
demoing the
Sure.
old fire station,
Yeah.
because they come out, they look at it, they go, oh, so I can't just quote you and walk on the job and do it? And I said, well, I
Yeah,
need your
that's
scope of
a
work,
real-
and then
that's
I'm
right.
gonna use it to
Yeah.
put it out to
Yeah.
bid, and
That's
then
right.
you get to bid.
Yeah.
And a lot of
Yeah.
people they don't like that.
So like,
Yeah,
it's
it
either
gets
that or they
really
charge
hard.
you for that.
Yeah. And if you're in HVAC so in demand, it's so hard to get them out.
Right,
There's
right.
others, I mean, where you can get prices off the internet or get quick quotes from things, but there's some that are more complicated. You know, there's no way we're gonna get 3 quotes for the parking in the moment, right? We're gonna have to take an engineer's estimate and
Well,
work
you
from
have
that.
to spell out what
Yeah.
you're asking for.
Exactly.
You know, we have the same problem as, and we have chiller guys, and the guy we use is out of Clinton. But when they're small, they're okay for small guys, but when you do them big jobs, they don't have enough guys to.
Yeah.
That's right.
Right,
you know,
that's
and
another
so
challenge.
That's the difference.
Yep.
Yep.
So these are our asks for the start of this process. Again, I guess the only thing I want to make sure is that we're making that switch that I've asked you for.
I did that.
Good, for
myself.
Berlin,
Yeah,
for
cameras
Royal,
are a
just
little
making
higher.
sure.
Okay.
But other than
Yeah.
that, these are
Okay.
our information. You got quotes, and you got a chance to meet our new principal of Tohoto High School as well, too.
Yeah,
What
nice
could you
job.
ask for?
Nice presentation.
Sure. And, yeah, Kristen's got my.
What have you heard from Boylston?
I mean, their word is they're at their levy limit.
And they do things
You
a
know,
little differently than we do.
And that's gonna be challenging. They do consider things a little differently. They're also looking at the BES roof,
Which was submitted today.
which is a big job. Right now, the full job is looking somewhere over $4 million. That's replacing the whole roof with repairing a lot of the metal roofing, if you're familiar with the building, as well as skylights. There's also water damage to some of the interior that we know exists. I'm worried about what's going to happen when they open those walls, right? They're going to look
Don't they
in.
have an insurance company?
Hmm?
Don't they have an insurance?
There's no incident. There's no. You need a mitigating incident. This is years of neglect.
Right.
You can't file. I've tried that.
Tornado, hurricane, act of God.
Yeah, you need.
Yeah, we tried that too.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't patch our roof for years at the old town hall, and now it's gone from that to
Sure.
this, and the insurance company
Yeah.
goes, no.
That's
Yeah.
why the good thing with you guys with Berlin's roof, it's a 50-year roof, right? So, sorry to say, probably most of us won't be sitting in this
Yeah.
conversation. Maybe we will be 50 years from now.
Yeah,
I was
so-
actually shocked it was 25 years.
It's
That
50
was-
years.
No, but 25 years at school.
Oh, yeah.
already, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Beautiful.
yes,
it's,
even more than five.
was this in there was a batch of bad shingles from China, that came in, right around 2000. Was that done around 2000? That was done around-
99?
Yeah, right
99?
around there, I know that there was a huge, issue with bad shingles. I dealt with it at a district I was in. We replaced their roof in 2019, and it was under 20 years old, and all of the asphalt was just shedding. It was shedding, they had leaks, so we replaced that roof.
That's what's happening.
But it was very tough for them, because every time we'd bring it up, they'd say, the roof's only X years old, isn't there a warranty, isn't there something? Nothing.
We don't know if that's what's happening with this
Yeah.
roof, but we just know.
But you know, if you stay with JAF or Owens Corning, it's made in the
Yeah.
US.
Yeah.
So
Like-
to answer your question, we're in the process of Boston right now.
Yeah.
And just starting it, and there, like I said, the priority of Boston's been the roof.
Getting
Yeah.
screwed by Chinese again.
No, that's why I didn't want to go in this conversation, yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
Goes
any
without
other, any other questions for us?
I'm pretty much set.
Okay,
Okay,
perfect.
cool.
Thanks,
Awesome.
everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you,
so
guys.
much for
Good to
coming
see
in.
you.
Anything you need, reach out. Kristen's got my information.
And I'll redo this and get it to you in the newly prioritized order.
No worries.
Thank you so
Kristen,
much.
if you could just look at that.
Thank you. guys.
Yes.
Good to see
It's-
everybody.
I'm
Merry
coming in
Christmas.
Thank you.
tomorrow, and I'm
Nice
going
to
to do
meet
it
you all.
tomorrow.
Hopefully we can
See
do a
you.
pleasure.
Thank you, guys.
Have a great Christmas.
Nice to
Thanks for
meet
your
you.
time. Happy holidays.
Yes, same to you guys. Happy holidays. Thanks,
Take
everybody.
care.
Good luck.
Bye.
Yes, thank you very much. Bye.
Did somebody leave?
No.
No, that's the sign in.
That's awesome.
Did we
No,
ever get
superintendent's
the?
Aaron Osborne, right?
No, he's the finance, director.
Oh, that's right, I got that
Al's the
already.
super.
What's
Not
that?
for- Not for long. Al Ganem.
Not for long?
No, he's
No,
just
we-
interim.
Yeah, he's been
Yeah.
intern for 2 years, though.
Yep, they just hired somebody, I believe.
Who's the principal again? Peters?
It takes me a few times.
Well, I'm not gonna worry about it.
Sorry. I can find out and let you know.
And you said the superintendent is Al what?
Al Ganem, Ganem.
Did he
Hammond?
That's right here.
apply to not be interim?
No,
Do we
the
know
state
how?
will only allow you to stay a maximum of 2 years.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, he's retired.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
that's
was retired
interesting.
anyway,
Oh, okay.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you can only
I,
work
I always
7
want
hours.
to ask him if he's ever sold used cars.
Now.
You're getting snarky.
So,
Yeah, I am.
Is it getting too late? Is it the witching hour?
Yeah, it is. Been a long
You-
day.
Your image and voice will be recorded.
I know it. I don't care.
yeah,
He said in
Um,
good spirits.
So we're getting a new guy, a new superintendent.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I believe they're in contract negotiations, so I believe he's been offered the position, but I don't know if those negotiations are finalized yet, and I do not know the gentleman's name.
Oh, no worries.
Do they, when you advertise that position, do they give a salary range? I mean, do they say like 150 to 180 or something?
There's a new law, funny that you ask,
Okay.
that anyone who has, or at least towns with over 25 employees have to list salary ranges now in their job ads.
Yep.
And I think it applies to private industry too.
We always do.
But we would often give a range, but it wouldn't be the full range. So say we have a 12-step plan. We
Yeah.
might give steps 1 through 6 because you anticipate having someone come in
Right.
that might be newer. You're not going to necessarily put them at a 12. You want to have room for them to grow.
Right.
So no, now you have to list the full salary
it
range.
used to be like that. I remember engineering
The
jobs
state
in the
always
80s and
always did
90s.
that.
Yeah.
They used to
Right
give you
listed in the
steps.
newspaper, okay.
The state would say you're coming, we're gonna hire between step 1 and 5.
Well, they're so regimented. They're like the federal government. You're GS whatever.
So he
and-
basically knows what the salary range is.
Yeah.
Guys coming
Yeah, but
in.
they often finagle
Yeah.
for more.
Now, how much did the school department budget increase this year?
Last year?
This year.
Or not?
This
Oh,
one
I'm
year.
sorry, in 26. Don't have that number off the top of my head. It was higher, the town was level funded. So we cut $250,000 from the town budget, so it was level funded from 25 to 26. And that did help offset some of the increase on the school side. But if you've seen any of the documents I've been sending out, there's a structural issue, right, going on between the fact that school increases are here, we can only go to 2.5. We don't have any other local measures to raise taxes except new growth.
Right.
So unless you're gonna allow like a city to come into your rural community, which no one wants, you have to struggle with new growth, right? Because you have to do it in a smart way. You do it maybe near the malls or, you know. So it's a real challenge, and out of the 50 states, this is the one thing that stuck with me. I believe we are the 7th lowest we are 7th from the bottom in terms of cities and towns that get state aid. The only ones below us were like Nevada, Hawaii, I think the Dakotas. So other states in this country fund municipalities at a much higher dollar figure than we do. And so I've always said, you know, where's the marijuana money going, right? Because it's
Yeah,
a
I know.
20% sales tax on
What the
cannabis,
hell,
and it
yeah.
only goes 3% only go back to the community if it's
right.
located in the community.
In Hudson, for instance, they got 2 of them.
Right, but so what's the state doing with the 17%? It's supposed to be for schools and roads, but now we also have the millionaire's tax. So you would think between some of those things, we should start seeing more money being funneled back into the local communities, and those two reports.
No, you'll see more people moving out.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's true.
Shoot, I forgot
Do
to
we
ask him
have
a
our free
question.
cash number?
I wanted to ask him about that.
You want me to grab them?
No,
All right.
no, I would
I was gonna say, I
want to
can
ask him
send
about the
text.
89% attendance by
Oh.
teachers.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. I don't know
Oh,
anything
shoot,
about that.
yeah. Damn.
Anyways, what,
How many pupils do we have? Do you know?
700 and something, I already asked that question.
Total with Tohoto?
To both of them.
It was like
Four-
220 at Berlin
And
Memorial,
450
at Tohoto.
567, I think he
Yeah.
said, if I remember the number correctly.
Yeah,
No,
well,
it's
they
like almost
probably
700.
adding in, people who choose to go in from other schools.
Oh, school choice that gets added in too. But don't forget, we have kids at school choice out too, so.
When we passed at town meeting, the drive-through article, how far does that come, in South Berlin, does that go up as far as the Rotary?
No,
No,
sir, it applies to the 2 malls only.
Crap.
They went with Riverbridge, I understand, several times to town meeting, and it failed from
Well,
what we
I
understand
didn't want
because
Ri-
of Riverbridge.
I didn't want but Riverbridge, it's 2 different things. Riverbridge is across the street, just totally separate from Riverbridge thing.
So here's the challenge. You can't do what's called spot zoning, which you've probably heard of. You can't say, well, you can put it here in this
But not over
commercial
there.
area, but not over there in that commercial area. So you either have to say it goes in all commercial areas, or in our case, we're very lucky, the malls have their own overlay districts.
Yeah.
So you can say it can go in the mall overlay districts, and
So
that's not considered spot
is-
zoning.
Is Highland Commons only on the east side of 495?
yes.
What do you mean, our side of it?
No,
No.
us,
No,
Highland Commons is on the east side of 495.
correct.
Which only leaves us Gate Pond Road and Coolidge Street.
It's
West
about
side, west
half.
side is the mobile station.
Yep, the Highland Commons is about half in Berlin, because when you do the
Oh,
line.
no,
Right.
but,
Sorry, I'm misunderstanding.
so can we put drive-throughs on the west side of 495?
Only at Solomon Pond.
No.
Correct.
No.
No,
I'm talking
only-
about Highland
only at the
Commons.
malls. So no, only
The
in
answer is no,
That's
No.
correct.
because Commons is on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't know where that whole district, does it just stop at
I
495?
believe it's just the
Yeah.
mall
I don't even think it
itself.
reaches,
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
Gates
it
Pond.
doesn't
Not
go
that
onto
far.
Gates
It doesn't
Pond.
go to Gates
So
Pond.
basically, we're screwed again,
Why?
because we can't put one on the corner of Coolidge and Gates Pond on both sides of the road, because you're saying that's not in that thing.
Correct.
And those are the perfect places
Well,
to put a
then-
drive-through.
Then put an article in to do it at.
Well, that's
the
why I
next-
thought that's what that said.
No,
No.
it's for
It's
up
at
in
Highland
Commons.
Commons, Solomon Pond.
There's only one spot up there you could do that.
No, there's a bunch of pads up by BJ's apparently. We talked to the developer.
Yeah.
And they're pretty excited. We've been trying to get their attention for a while, and hey,
But
we
we
can
had-
have drive-throughs, got
We had
their
a chance,
attention.
Paul Walgreens down the corner of Coolidge and Gates Pond.
How about drive-in?
When?
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Leicester has one.
Couple
over
of
there.
years
Old
ago.
one, yeah.
Well, I've been here for 45. When?
Just recently, but it didn't even come in here because we did not have a drive-through. They were interested in that corner lot where that building is,
The condemned
the
building.
condemned building.
Oh,
Yeah.
And they were talking
where
about it, but
Dr.
once they
Stone
found out we
used to
didn't have a drive-through, it was null and void, and they ended up going up in Hudson.
You're talking about Chick-fil-A?
No.
Oh, Because
Walgreens.
Chick-fil-A was interested, by the way, in that site as
Yeah.
well.
It's a perfect site. And the guy across the street just cleared that whole area to put
Yeah.
something in.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
the
too
mobile
bad,
station.
The
because we lose,
three-car garage?
we lose a lot of revenue.
Yeah.
We really do, but from what I understand, in talking to Benderson, and, I mean, they're top-notch, you know, nationwide. Both Starbucks, Panera, and Chick-fil-A all wanted to go on the Berlin side because the layout was actually better for them.
Yeah,
You see the giant retaining wall I always reference that Starbucks had to build? It looks like you're going on like a
Yep.
mine cart
Yeah, I
around, like a
know.
Disney ride. They wouldn't have had to do that on the Berlin side.
Yeah.
So they knew they
and
were
then
gonna
less
bring in
traffic,
money.
less traffic on that side.
Right, but they knew they would bring in so much revenue that they were willing to build that retaining wall, and I'll tell
Just
you that
because
wasn't cheap.
few people really have agita, is that the word?
Because,
But here,
because we not only lose,
Yeah.
we not only lose commercial tax dollar,
Yeah.
we also lose that 1/4% food tax.
We lose the, of a 0.75 meals tax.
Yep.
Well, maybe next time something's up, they can move over
See,
there.
that's why I interpreted that wrong, so I voted for it. I voted because I thought that included those two locations.
I think it's a first step, and once we get one in and people see it's
Yeah.
not
Well, they have
having
to
an impact,
experience it.
right, then perhaps you can
We're
expand it out.
We've been experiencing it in Clinton and Berlin. Clinton just put a Burger King in.
Really?
Listen,
Huh?
I'm all about drive-throughs, but I understand
Where
it's a
in-
sensitive
Right,
topic.
right down
so
Main
you gotta
Street
be
where
careful with it.
CVS is.
Yeah.
There's a bank, a Starbucks, an oil change, and a Wendy's. No, Wendy's, not a Burger King, I'm sorry, Wendy's. All in that old factory lot.
That's all what you need, food and oil change.
Well, that's, Wendy's will
You
do
eat
well
that
because
food and then
Yeah,
you
yeah.
need a lot
McDonald's
of
is the
oil
only
changes.
fast food place in the town of Clinton.
They just put a Wendy's, a Starbucks, and a Saul's Pizza across from the Leicester Walmart,
Really?
of all things. Oh yeah, they're
Which
moving together.
Walmart?
The Leicester Walmart, the one that's on Route 9, headed towards Spencer, out that
Oh,
way.
yeah, over there.
Yeah, they're really booming, the Wendy's and the
All right.
Starbucks.
Did we ever get a free cash number?
We did. We got an estimate. You wanna give me a little drum roll here, Louise? So it hasn't been certified by DOR. I did let Anna know that, June is comfortable with 2.5 million. And it's high this year because if you remember a few years back, we inadvertently double encumbered the Capitol. Remember when the Capitol was listed on the warrant as its own standalone?
Yep.
Because I always did it that way, because I didn't realize with the districts, you don't usually put it in the operating budget, but we do. So that money actually got tied up because it was encumbered at town meeting, and that was about $600,000 or $700,000. So, I mean, not that it was a bad thing, because we didn't spend it, we saved it and it rolled over, but that money is actually free and, not free, it is available and freed up now. So that's why that number is high.
Do you
So
have an
2.5.
idea what the mitigation will be?
The mitigation, I don't. Let me get that from June. We're expecting DOR to certify free cash very shortly in Schedule A, so I can get the mitigation info.
And Kristen, can you remind me, we get what percentage of free cash? Is it 10%?
I thought it was up to 30. Let me pull up the spreadsheet.
So
I have.
2.5 million is coming from the state to us?
No.
No, this is our
Leftovers.
rollover. But I will also
Oh, I
caution
see.
you,
Yeah.
it's not a great year to analyze free cash, because the other issue is, since I just mentioned we level funded the town budget, we tightened those margins so tight, you're not gonna see as much money flowing back to free cash because you've taken it out of the budget essentially.
Yeah.
So now you're not gonna see as much flow back. So that's the challenge there. Well, let me get in here. I think I gotta go into my VPN.
Well, it's just hard to put a value on some of the requests that we have. You support them, but you need it in context with what money you have.
Right.
Well, and my recommendation is always to rank them, and then you can see how far you get. I can tell you on the free cash, you only have the library computers, so that makes it a little bit easier. Why is this not
Yes,
working?
if you can pay, if there's enough mitigation to pay for the others. Otherwise, some of it you might end up having to take out of free cash.
Yeah,
You don't want it.
right, and we're at $264,145 in requests for public safety mitigation. We get over $700,000 a year from Highland Commons. we typically can't appropriate, it comes in the spring. So if you remember, we were like up against a tight timeline when we did
Right,
the
right.
upstairs. I know that we have at least a couple $100,000 in there now, and we have been billing Benderson in January so that we hopefully get that money in and can use it for the Springtown meeting. So
We get that kind of money from the Highland Mall, 730,000.
and it gets adjusted by the CPI every year.
Jesus.
And you can't get less than what you got last year.
They stamp it paid in protest every year, so who knows
So
if
that
that
they
means
can
they're
challenge you.
correct. They could be gearing up for a lawsuit, but they continue to keep paying it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we'll take it. It helps. Apparently Hudson doesn't really get much at all, so when they found out what Berlin got, they weren't so happy.
Yeah, but they're looking at the tax dollars they're pulling in.
Well, that's the drive.
That's the big difference is what they're getting for their building taxes and all that
Well,
stuff,
that's true.
you know? I mean, you take all those big stores,
Do
Yeah.
you pay for personnel out of the mitigation?
Public safety, we pay for 3 officers out of it. So
Yeah, but give me an idea, is that like 150,000,
it's
200,000?
it's gonna come onto this year with adjustments for union, probably a little bit under 300,000. So it was 262, I think. I'm trying to go on through the Google Drive because I can't get on the shared drive right now because apparently it's down, the VPN, which is always fun. I'm just gonna pull up last year's budget and then I can tell you where we were at with mitigation and with the police salaries. So what we were actually trying to do is pull one of those police positions out of the mitigation money and put it in the operating budget, because you don't wanna have personnel, be relying on mitigation money to pay for personnel.
Right.
But the malls are a big part of the reason why we've had to grow our public safety departments. So it makes sense, it's just, it would be safer to put it in the budget, and I would like to do that. We tried to do it last year, and it ended up getting pulled out because of
You ran out of money.
the school budget. Let's see where we're at. So last year for 262,000 was put in for the 3 officers. And it looks like we did the
Are
same
they
the
all
year
police
before.
or police and fire?
No, they're all police. I think I had a mitigation, oh, here we go, mitigation. Okay.
So policemen get about $70,000-$80,000 a year, is that?
We do the 3 lowest paid officers out of the mitigation, so that helps a little. 65-70, I wanna say, is like a
Okay.
starting for police officers. It might be as low as 60, but somewhere in that general range. So after last year's budget in public safety mitigation, we had $470,000 left over in mitigation money. So you figure if, we take the PD wages out, if you do that again at 262. I'll
Well,
give
you
an exact
basically
number.
just have 100,000 because they would get pay raises, they would,
No, we've put in the same amount 2 years in a row now, so that leaves you with about $208,000, not including the 700,000 we expect to get in March.
so basically, fire and police are looking in good shape then.
They are, because their total requests are 264. I'm sitting on 208 right now with another 700K to come.
Good.
So it all really comes down to what you all want to recommend in terms of what should be funded this year. If anything should be pushed off, if anything should be moved up.
I would like to see these numbers filled in so that you have an inkling of what's coming up in the
It's a
future.
5-year
We
plan.
do ask
Yeah.
for a 5-year plan. I know
You're supposed to, that's capital planning.
in the schools, I know have been working on that. That was something that they didn't typically do, because the way it works in Boylston is they split basically their new revenues 50-50 between the town and the school. So it's an easier, simpler process there, and that's actually the process I'm used to, because then there's no fight negotiation. We get 500,000, you get 250, I get 250. And we do it in Leicester, I did it in Leicester on the percentage of the budget. So schools were 60% of the budget, so they got 60% of the new revenue. So at some point, we may want to look at doing a formula like that,
Yeah.
just because it eliminates the fighting. And you know upfront what you have.
Well, you know, basically, if you take that parking lot expansion out,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
numbers aren't bad.
Right.
No, and don't forget, those all go in the operating budget. So that doesn't touch free cash or mitigation.
Yeah, I mean, that to me,
It's not horrible, I don't think, the 429.
no, but I'm just saying is if you take, no, but if you take the
Oh,
234 out of
Yeah,
there,
then you're really much lower.
that's what I'm saying, that would be the only thing, you know, they're getting grants, so if they wanna speculate in engineering stuff, use the 100,000 in grant money and wait until you really wanna do it before you give them money.
If you take the parking lot out, their total request for BMS and
That's-
Tohoto is 194,537.
I hate to say it, but that's not a bad number.
I mean, we started with several million, I believe, last year because of the roof and other issues that, yeah, don't forget, the roof is not on
We
here.
just,
Yeah, but we already approved that though.
So that's what I mean.
Yeah.
The roof would have been on here, but we approved it at fall
Yeah.
town meeting.
So the roof budget is still waiting for us to hit us later?
No. The roof got approved as $350,000
Right, yeah.
as a set-alone fund. They're going to invoice us. They just actually sent me the bid documents. That's what Dan was talking about when he asked me to review. So once they put it out to bid, they get the price. we
And
get
the
a
roof is gonna
contract.
be fixed, not replaced?
The shingle portion of the roof, because we did the other small portion a few years back.
Okay.
So that will make the whole roof new within the last, I don't know.
Where
3 to
the
5
where the
years.
rooftop unit repairs are, I believe that's on a flat part of the roof.
I think, is that the shingle part that's flat?
Yeah, no, that's the
No,
Oh,
membrane.
that's the membrane. Okay, yeah.
The shingle part is the
something.
peak.
Yeah,
What's the word? It's like EDC.
EDPM,
Yes, thank you. That's the part we did
that's just a
several years
rubber,
ago.
that's just a rubber coating, so
Yeah.
just.
And so now we have to do the more expensive part.
I hope they don't buy
Yeah,
Chinese
it's no
shingles.
longer with us.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Lost her about 8 years ago.
Oh.
The thing with EDPM, it's a great roofing system,
Till it's
if you're
not.
in California.
but you have to maintain it every single year.
And we're notoriously bad
And
as
what
towns.
you have to do with it is you have it's like a paint. And it's a reflective, and basically it does is you paint it on and it reflects it. You don't have to do it every year, but every 2 to 3 years. If you do that,
Yeah.
then the EDPM doesn't crack from drying it from the heat.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that white sand, yeah.
So anyways, if you like Steve's suggestion of taking the parking lot out, you're at $194,537 in total for Berlin Memorial and Tohoto from the
Because they
town of
said they're
Berlin.
getting maybe 100,000 grant, like I was just
They're
saying.
gonna use that for design.
That's what I'm saying, so this isn't even gonna happen for 2-3 years.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of debate going on, in all honesty, about the parking lot.
There's a lot of people that don't wanna hear it.
Yeah, and I mean, the 100,000 they got from the state will hopefully pay for the design. But I can tell you, even the Complete Streets project. that
Design
they're
a
doing
parking
is-
lot that much money?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
it's over by the water.
Drainage and,
It's
conservation.
environmental engineering,
Yeah.
because it's DCI properties where they're looking
Right,
at.
and it's temporary, so you have to do, like he was saying, something different with the materials and.
I,
Kinda
in all
sounds like that.
honestly, I hate to say it, I agree with them to a point. If you've got that much parking, that much kids, that much things, yeah, it's a big safety factor, and you don't want people parking on 70.
No,
But, you know, also, as capital planning, it's a lot of money to be,
Can I make a motion that we take it out of capital planning at this time and approve everything else so that we don't keep talking about the same stuff over and over and over?
I second
again?
that.
Yeah, good idea, yeah.
Any discussion?
We did.
I think we
just
beat it to
did.
hell
I
already.
know, but I'm supposed to
Beat the crap
ask.
out of it.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
don't do
I'm
that.
sorry,
That
I'm
was
sorry. I
really
really-
mean.
I forgot after I did
Yeah,
it.
no, it's fine.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
How long have you had this?
it's been a week today.
that's the worst.
I had cracked ribs, so I know exactly what you're going through.
Me too,
Did you
8 months it
Take
took
a
me.
deep breath or no?
Don't sneeze.
Yeah, right.
her laugh.
Sneezing, coughing,
laughing.
giggling. I have to stand on big blocks of styrofoam to work on the horses, and I had a horse swing into me and knock the block out from under me,
Oh.
so I hit a wall.
That's a way better story though than mine. I slid on black ice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
And just
I
went
got,
down.
I did mine getting knocked over by a cow,
Oh, yours is a
Oh,
good
that's
story,
pretty
too.
good.
milking.
Well, when
Yeah.
there's
On a farm when I was growing up.
livestock involved,
Yeah.
that's more exciting.
She decided she wanted to go this way when I didn't want her to go that way.
yeah. And she won.
She won.
Oh, they're always gonna win.
Yeah.
We're little compared to them.
So
I don't think you.
I
took a
second it.
vote. Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
gonna,
we did
Yeah.
not vote.
Very good, yeah.
All those in favor say aye.
I,
I mean, we can revisit it once we get firmer numbers.
yeah.
And we are talking just about the school that we just approved.
Right.
Yep,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, the numbers are so good, actually. I hate to say that
Yeah.
word, but they're so, and I gotta say, they did a very good job of that presentation this time.
Oh, he left all his.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Close.
that's good.
He brought them for us.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if he
Because,
handed him out because he was holding on to him. So I was like,
because of me,
Yeah.
that's why he did them.
smart guy.
Yeah.
I should have asked him from as we were doing them, but.
And personally, I can support the library and the police at their amounts. I will question the forestry one replacement at $585.
Oh, that's,
That's in next year's.
yeah, but he said,
Where is the,
Yeah,
but
that one, he said, no.
Oh.
Yeah,
maybe
that's,
that-
he said basically.
that's not this
No,
year.
no, no, that-
Push
that-
that
That's,
off.
that's gone.
He's doing more
that-
research.
that's just a
and-
Yeah.
dream.
Yeah.
In
Yep.
that case, for fiscal year '27, I could support all of them.
Is that a motion?
Wait a minute, before we do that,
We'll see.
I wasn't here for when he did the police one.
Yeah,
All right, so he had number 4 is long rifles.
yep,
Did he put that out for a year on
Yep.
purpose?
yeah,
Yeah, it
Okay.
was to bring it to our attention.
yeah.
Okay,
So is there really only 3 years, right? And-
because I
There's
mean,
really only 3.
that's not so far-fetched, believe it or not, that number. Because I looked them up, what their value of. So that number is not that really weird. Yeah, other than that, I agree with Eloise.
And I'm very comfortable with the numbers and also having gone through all of the requests and sat down with the chiefs and talked to Victoria from the library.
Yeah.
I think they were well documented and thought through projects for what it's.
Yeah, I mean, all the stuff, they just require so much more stuff now.
Do. And a lot
And it
of
gets
the,
replaced much more frequently.
a lot
But
of the,
that's the nature of the software, I think.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
just the stuff that the fire chief needs. And that's stuff that they have to have.
well, yeah, you talk about the turnout gear and that
Yeah.
only has a certain lifespan or it starts to break down and then you gotta
Yeah.
worry about PFAS and everything else, so.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
cardiac-
where
Oh,
I
the only,
stand.
okay, no, that's 28,
Is that a
never mind.
motion?
That is a motion, how's that?
Okay,
What's the motion again?
to approve everything.
We'll approve everything on fiscal year '27 for the fire, police, and library.
I second it.
Yeah.
Any discussion?
We just did.
I know, I get it.
Yeah, yeah,
She
yeah,
has to
so
ask.
I do.
Beat it to death already.
I don't know why you're supposed to discuss again after your discussion, but
You know,
I'm supposed to ask. All those in favor say aye.
I,
So I'd like to bring up an idea now that we've solidified that. Kristen, I am correct that at the moment, we've only spent $11,500 out of free cash.
You are correct.
So assuming we get 30% of free cash.
Oh, that's right, I was gonna give you that number.
I'm gonna propose we take all 30%, or whatever that number is, fund the library, and then put the remainder into capital stabilization to replace our fundage that we just spent on a school roof.
I second that.
That sounds very wise.
Right,
Ma-
very
makes
good.
sense. Yeah.
So you guys get, let me just confirm, I believe it is 30. Yep, capital plan is up to 30%.
So that's like
say it's
750,000?
2.5. Yeah,
Anyway, we're just building it up again.
it's
Yeah,
300,
so that's
600,
$750,000.
That's what I just said.
Yeah,
Minus 11.5, I say we save it all.
yep.
Worst case scenario, we'll spend it next year. So it's not like it's,
Yeah.
Well, at worst, if you had to take some out for the parking lot,
We have a cushion.
You
Yeah.
do.
That's what I like.
Well, and this is because people are really thinking things through, I feel like, and mapping it out, not the school on the 5 years, I know they're working on that, but the public safety
Yeah.
are really
Yeah.
thinking out.
And Freddie didn't have much this year.
he had nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he still has projects he's wrapping up, like the retaining wall and the
Yeah.
curbing here, so, and all the library stuff
Yeah.
that he's working
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Transfer station, that was what I was trying to say. So put balance of the 30% minus the 11,500 for the library into capital stabilization.
Yeah. Can Freddie still come in with,
If it's a quote, emergency,
no, but he can't put any, request?
I actually gave him an extension. I asked him if,
Okay,
you know,
that's what I
because I
said.
said I looked at the date you guys were meeting and he just didn't have anything at this
Oh,
time.
okay.
and he said he was down 2 people.
He is.
Oh, I know, I know that. I was trying to give him more time.
I mean, I can reach
If
back out if
something
you'd like.
comes up, we can always reconsider.
That's,
Yeah.
that-
We
I,
have these rules,
Yeah.
but nobody's gonna be boiled in oil.
I mean.
I mean, I
be
enjoy
tarred and
boiling
feathered?
people in oil.
You
I
could
just-
be tarred and feathered.
That'd be okay.
But I just, but for
only
him, he
on
doesn't
half.
really, Freddie doesn't really blow it out of proportion. If he needs something, he needs something.
Right,
Right, yeah.
right.
Right.
And that last year, if you remember, we had a fair amount of
gonna
facilities
say, we
and
gave 'em
highway
quite a lot.
requests.
Yeah.
They- I
Yeah.
think they got more than anyone else last year.
I think they did.
Because
yeah.
their needs
I think
were
it
so
finally
high.
caught up to them, is what happened.
I wouldn't argue with that
Yeah, but I would
either.
rather them have the money so that they can do it when they can do it,
You're right.
than have the time and
I
no
mean, we had,
money to do
they
it.
had some pretty big things last year.
They did.
The big mower, the cemetery mower. I mean, those were big,
Yeah.
It's a
big dollar items.
Yeah.
Speaking
Did
of
they
this,
Now
ever
that we've
finish
saved-
the doors for the fire department?
Nope, that's the other thing that's on
Oh,
my
they-
list to put out to bid. I have a scope of work for it. I just have to get it
Oh,
out.
that's the doors?
The bay doors. Yep.
Wow.
So there's a
speaking of
lot.
the buildings, did you find somebody to take those 2 down or not yet?
I found someone finally, the 4th contractor who came out, finally wrote me a scope of work.
Yeah.
But it wasn't based on prevailing wage. So I had to send it back to him, and he's recalculating right now. And once I have that all, I will put it out to
Good.
bid. So we're getting close.
You might wanna talk to Tim Wheeler about the little building. His great-great-grandfather built that.
I know the
He
select board have
can
had
pick it up and
discussions.
move it to his,
Or
Yeah.
take it, take it apart gingerly.
Yeah, you'd have to be very gingerly.
Yeah, there's some, I think
Yeah,
that
but
building
they
has some
also
asbestos in it.
moved the post office.
Then it becomes the liability of a non-town employee working on town property.
There you go.
And then you have insurance problems.
And because, and it
I'm
is-
not saying I don't see it, but
No,
that's one of our
it's-
problems.
The facilities study, recommended it coming down, and we did a hazardous materials assessment too, to see, and there is a little bit, I believe, of asbestos in the white building.
Yeah. But that's, that's,
well, but if he really wants it, I don't see a problem, take it on your own expense.
but you can't.
You can't
Why?
just pick it up and move it.
Why not?
Not
I
with
mean, you can't-
asbestos and
Why
things inside of it.
did we screw ourselves as a country like this?
Oh, I
You can't
agree
do
with you, but the
anything.
problem is, if something happens, somebody gets hurt,
Right.
we're liable, so that could
Why?
cost.
Why are we liable?
When you write a contract allowing this to happen.
Yeah,
He hasn't brought that
Give a
forward.
waiver. Huh?
He hasn't brought that forward to the select board.
No, I'm just looking at it that
right,
way.
right, I know, yeah.
The liability of people working, I mean, when people come to work in our building, we have to have a copy of their insurance.
And not only that, we have to be listed as additionally insured.
Yeah, so unless Tim wanted to put up, insurance to cover himself for that,
Right.
then he could do it that way, but that's the only way you would do it.
I don't know.
Can I take these?
James just said that they can always use the
want
building
these?
down at the
Yep, I'm
farm.
good.
I don't think that building is structurally sound.
Well, it could be. I mean, if they take
I've
it
gotta go
down,
back and look at
Then
the
they-
If he
facilities
wants
study.
it that way, hey.
oh, it could be, if you take it down, they put a good foundation in, it'll probably be fine. I think that's the biggest problem, is the sills and all that around is the problem.
But that can be fixed easily, replaceable.
I want to
whatever, that's,
You got 10 more minutes.
Okay, I want to circle us back. And there were two things I wanted to circle us back about, and I can only remember one.
You did capital stabilization, so that was good.
But we didn't vote on it.
Oh,
So
you're right.
that's, yeah, right? I just suggested we think about it. And then everybody agreed. So I want to make a motion that we do what we just discussed about taking our 30% minus 11.5 and putting it in capital stabilization.
Second.
yeah,
Awesome. Any discussion?
no.
No. Okay, good. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I,
I'm
Um,
not gonna remember that.
I got it written down.
yeah, she'll
I'll
take
send
care
it
of
to
it,
you.
yeah.
Just remind me.
Okay, because I'm supposed to be taking notes, I didn't, these are the things I didn't
You
take.
failed.
I did.
That's all right. I'll help you out.
CPA, that's the other one I wanted to
Oh,
talk
yes.
about, the community preservation. Where are they and their projects?
So I actually met with them on Tuesday night. This was their second CPA meeting that they had held to vet projects. Their next meeting, I believe, is January 7th. And they haven't, at least when I was there, they didn't take votes on projects. It was presentations from people coming forward. So
Okay, so they're still hearing their,
I think they're still working
Possibilities.
their way through.
How much money are they talking as a whole?
I don't know. Those don't get submitted to me. That's purely CPA committee. I only know because the front stairs of the 1870, they asked the select board to take on. So that's how I got roped in.
Yeah, they were last done in what, the 60s, late 60s or the 70s. There's pictures of
I
it in
think
the
Walter
town
told me it
report.
was
Oh,
in the
really?
70s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 'cause
we were
he gave-
trying to figure that out actually. the
Walter
other night.
remembers that. Remember he was talking about that?
Right, right.
I thought he said, ask him
Yeah,
tomorrow
but
when you
there
see
are
him.
pictures of it in the town
Yeah.
report.
You won't
at
remember
time.
Okay.
No.
If I have a moment,
Yeah.
we sent off the stuff for the Attorney General today.
Oh, great. Well, because that was one of the questions. To redo those whole stairs was a ridiculous number. So they were talking about, could we do some stabilization? And when was the last time we did anything to stabilize the stairs? So that's very helpful to have if you have a spare moment.
Walter actually told us when it was done and who did it.
I know.
Yeah, they wrote it up in the town report.
Yeah.
I'll trade you. You get that information from Walter. I'll give you the motion.
I'll try.
list.
I won't see him. I won't see him until Saturday, but I'll try to remember to ask
There you
him.
go. We'll do a swap.
Yeah, it's
Then Eloise doesn't have to go looking for it.
I have the town reports bound, and when I have them bound, I also have a set for the selectmen, just so that you have access to the information when I'm not around.
Wow.
That's lovely. Thank
It
you.
hasn't been digitized yet, or what?
We do them now on the computer, so you do have a copy because now it's done. But I assume that's probably only been for the last 20 years, maybe.
Is it searchable, so if you wanna find information, bang, bang?
The PDFs are, yeah, because the one we put up on the website is a PDF of the Word document that we
Yeah.
build the report into. So yep, you can do the Control F and search through it. But those are gonna go back too far,
wow, this
unfortunately.
is
They're
this is
probably
actually a very
60s or
productive
70s.
meeting today.
I know.
You guys have like plowed
Wow.
through everything. I'm very impressed, very
On
efficient.
top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the third time we've been through it.
Yeah, but you know what
Oh,
another thing too
speak
is.
for yourself.
But you know something too, and I have to say is the school guys for a change came prepared.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, they came loaded for bear this time, so I will give them credit.
Good.
Okay, any other questions or concerns? I'm gonna adjourn
When
us.
are we gonna meet next time?
I'm gonna say not unless it's needed. Right, we've now
Okay.
decided our whole budget.
Yep.
When CPA has their ideas of funding, of spending, we'll have to talk to them. And if we hear, oh, I have a question. The police got a new, I assume it's the police, got a new traffic sign that says, hey, you're speeding, you're going this
I
fast.
think those were from DOT.
Those little small
They
ones.
were
Yeah, the-
gifted?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
one on the side of the road?
Yeah.
Not the like,
No, this
No,
is
the
the one
on
that's portable.
Yeah.
62.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we got some DOT stuff for.
There's one right by
Well, that's intriguing.
the garden
I'll
right
take
in the
it.
center of town now.
I'm like, anything you want to give
By
me for free,
James.
I'll take it.
Right.
Unless it's old and broken. Otherwise, I'll take it.
Okay.
It's free, it's for me. I just want to clarify though, don't bring me your broken furniture.
All right, I'm asking.
Oh, right, I have a house full.
Is that permanent, that sign?
They
It gets
move it.
moved around. Yeah,
Oh,
it's a
okay.
It's
movable
portable.
trailer. It's on a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
thing.
For a while there, it was right up by,
Lancaster Road.
yeah, and it was also up on Central Street farther towards Berlin Farms. Now it's right in the center of town.
Yep.
I was
Oh,
gonna
okay.
say, I've enjoyed it in the center of town.
Yeah. It was on
Yeah.
West Street for a good long time as well.
Center of town is, I think they should put it because literally right by the church.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
like playing Frogger. You remember
Yeah.
Frogger on
Oh,
Atari?
for
Yeah.
sure.
That was the first video game I ever played, and that's what I feel like when I see MJ like going into the crosswalk. I stop way back, and
So
I
they-
hope other
Yeah, I
people do
know.
too because I don't
They
want
actually
anyone to
should
get hit.
put it coming this way.
Yep.
On the cemetery side, because people come around this corner, flying up to the center of town.
Yes.
That's
yeah.
a bad
They're always in a
curve.
hurry to go to work, so.
Try to get on my driveway at 7 o'clock in the morning, my
Yeah.
street.
Except for me, I go slow because I don't want to get a ticket in
No.
town and be on the front page of the news.
I go really fast because
Yeah.
we don't give tickets in town.
No.
My luck, I'll get pulled over by somebody.
Oh, you just get a warning. We don't
Was
give
it,
tickets in
what,
town.
what night
You
did
go
we get,
to
we got the
Eric
rain? Was
Working
it
on that.
Yeah,
Good,
rain one night, and
yay.
the next morning I went out, my truck, we got a little bit of black ice this week. I
Oh.
think it was Tuesday.
Yeah,
Not this week,
that
no, it was
sounds-
last week.
yeah.
I don't know. I had black
Last
ice
week.
one morning this week too.
And I got on the end of Coben Road, right across, like my bumper was like that far from the guardrail.
Oh.
And I should know better because I saw the tinkling of the ice, and I went, crap. And it was about that stage of the game.
that was
Too
the day
late.
I came off the 495 ramp and kind of just kept going onto
Yeah.
62.
Oh.
Yeah, I
And,
had the
um,
spinning tire, the brakes, and the
Yeah,
sliding.
yeah.
and-
It was that way all the way to 290, and the lights at Solomon Pond, that's when the state actually had sanded the ramps, salted the ramps, but all the way,
It,
I
like,
just do
snuck
20
up on
miles an
us.
hour down Pleasant Street.
Oh, yeah.
Sliding.
Snuck
Oh,
up on
geez.
us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
fine.
just,
Yep.
all right. You're
Okay,
adjourning the meeting at
adjourned.
what?
8:25.
8:25. I
Done.
put,
You got that, or you need me to write that down for you?
I got that
I'm
down.
just messing with you. I'm just being.
And I'll let you guys know when we're gonna meet again, once we have information